So, new dish comes with power cord for the separate power supply, which is a lot nicer. That's going to give us some options on doing some 12-volt power supplies to power the system. The new router, Gen 3 router, with the 6 rating on the Wi-Fi. And antenna goes in here, power goes into here, and you pop the water plug out. You have a reset button this time, no more unplugging and plugging it in, but we do have 2 Ethernet ports coming out built in. And then the antenna cable, which is something similar to a Cat 5, but you'll notice that that release pin is different. You can basically plug that in, it'll fit snugly with the water seal, but this, when you pull hard, is going to come out and release, and we'll test that. And we'll try it with some standard, like Cat 7 heavy-duty outdoor cable up to about 150 foot. And get a little bit better look at the plug. You'll notice that the clip is not a standard Cat type clip. That's because you can't reach it when it goes in to the dish. And it just comes up. Plugs in, just push it in firmly. And then we'll set up the dish. And I'm going to intentionally have it out of whack. You can see where the Gen 2 is pointing, a little bit off to camera right. So we're going to put this a little bit left. We'll see how that affects us, and we'll go through the alignment. And there again, cables are, looks like the plugs are the same on either side. The notch is down on the bottom, if you can see it in there. So we're just going to push that in there again. It's just held in place by friction and the tension of the little shorty clip in there. And that's very nicely packed. In fact, so well packed it's hard to do one-handed. So we'll squeeze. And we take the power supply, and that looks pretty much, we'll figure out what the sizes are on that, pretty much like a standard barrel connector. There again, just held in with the suction of the seals and the spring-loaded clip that does not actually latch in place. Okay, let's power it up. And you'll notice there's no grounding and there's no polarization of the plug even to maintain the neutral. And we're going to power that up. And we'll power that up, and let's get the app up. So we're getting no stinky on this one. Getting a Starlink access point name, SID. And one of the things you want to make sure, I did not quite have my plug all the way in, and I'm waiting and waiting. And the other thing is, no indicator lights at all. So we've selected that. Internet may not be available. Always connect is what I would hit. Connect without internet. Yep, we're going to connect without internet. And it's connected. And we're going to open our app. And it's giving me all my menus. Router not configured, okay. So we're going to tap that. Calculating orient and determining the angle. So let's just wait a second and we'll see if that comes up without the router connected. Because we're not configured yet. Yeah, let's go do that. So we're going to configure it. And we're typing in Starlink, space, STD, everything capped. We're going to submit it. And didn't let me put a password in. So now it's giving us a wheel. Takes about 30 seconds, although we did not get enough time to put a password into it. So let's see what it comes up with. Starlink Standard. Unless it put it in without a password, which would be unusual. Connect to device. Connect. Starlink is misaligned. It is online. It did let us connect, and I'm assuming it's not asking or requiring the password, at least not at this point. Let's do misaligned. All right, so you can see, let me get it where you can get the reflection out. Sorry, I'm doing this outside with the GoPro. Just too excited to. So you can see how the alignment is. It's showing the dish sitting off to the tilted to the left at the bottom, and I assume where it wants us to go. Yep, turning the bottom to the right. That's what it's asking. Yep, if you can see that. So if you see how the dish is sitting, all right, the bottom is left of where the Gen 2 is running. So let's move it over. And not quite all the way. We're going to go just a touch more. That should be pretty close. Actually, it's a little bit off. We'll go back a bit. I doubt that it's going to make a huge difference, but let's get the max. It is online. It was delivered direct from Starlink, so the account's already set up. Speed test, the infamous speed test. I love that router location. Consider moving your Starlink Wi-Fi router to a more centralized location. Well, it's right next to it, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to get that. Run again. Had a 111. Let's run it again. 113. And now this has only been on, so it might not be quite peaked out within the system. $112. Run again. I like the run again. Run advanced speed. Let's go to the advanced. That's usually better anyway. Start advanced test. Yeah. 130. 120. Going down. We're getting ready to switch to a different satellite. And this is router to the internet direct. So we were up high, we dropped. And it's going to make me do the device to the router, which I'm not really too worried about. Although we're looking at Wi-Fi 6 now. 119. I don't know that that's really all that great. Start advanced again. It's considering we're right next to the router. So I'm going to assume we're getting, since it is Sunday at 3:26, Christmas Eve, that we probably have congestion. A lot of Netflix going. So we'll do some more tests on this, but that's just a quick down and dirty unpack, set it up, test it, make sure it works, and the account's active. Okay, we're going to show you how you'll see on the cable, if we just give that a quick little pull, it will pop right out, and it's intended to do that. You'll see that the snap has got a bevel on it, so it kind of holds it, but when you give it a yank, it's going to come out fairly easily. And then we're going to lift up on the bottom of the bracket and pull, and the teeth right here lock into that. And you'll notice on this is a die cast metal, so you're going to want to plug that in before you put the bracket, and the key or the spring clip is up. Just take it, wiggle, slides right in. The directions were kind of confusing on whether that should go under that. I would think it would, but we're going to try it. Let's try and give it a little nudge. That's what it took. Just give it a nice gentle hand tap into the bracket. It snapped right in, and that's the pipe mount. Don't like this mount. The depth here, I don't think is sufficient to support this if we got a real good wind. I think they'd have been worth if they would have extended this up a little bit more. Maybe we'll try and print something that will do the same function, give us a different mount, and then we kind of come up with some other mounts for rooftop RV and that top of a vehicle for disaster or public safety use. And that is the installation of the pipe mount. Thanks. Have a great holidays, and we'll see you soon.